Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So last Friday we got another trailer for Ncuti Gatwa's first series as the Doctor. It was first released on Disney's social media before the BBC decided to also release it across the show's official social media channels. With a runtime of 2 minutes, it was the longest trailer we've had for the new series yet, and this meant that we were spoilt with plenty of funny and intriguing moments. Whilst I did enjoy the trailer, I do have to agree with some of the complaints people have had about the washed out look that it had. I think this is more due to something that went wrong with the BBC version of the trailer, as the Disney version looks a bit brighter and clearer. But obviously that's just a small nitpick and it didn't really affect my enjoyment of the trailer overall. I also found it quite funny how the BBC version tries to cut out the Disney Plus logo at the end, only for the sound of it to still be there. But again, that's just me nitpicking. There isn't that much I can really say for this trailer. I enjoyed it, but there isn't anything that I found surprising about it. I mean, it seems to lack that wow factor. There's nothing that jumps out to me as something that really surprised or shocked me. I think this is due to just how many leaks and rumours there have been for this series. We already know quite a bit about quite a few episodes, really. We've even had bits and pieces leaked for next year's series as well. None of it has ruined my excitement for Series 14, aka Season 1 of course. It's just that when I watch the trailer, I'm not going, oh my god, new Doctor Who's coming out soon. I'm just going, oh yeah, that's from the Beatles episode. Oh, that's the Regency story. That looks like it's from episode 1. I don't know if I'm doing a good job explaining this, but hopefully you get what I mean. I guess I'm just tired of us knowing so much about a new series months before it's even aired. I wish we could just look forward to a new run of episodes without having so much prior knowledge. I mean, don't get me wrong, spoilers can be really intriguing and exciting when they first get leaked, but after a while I'm just wanting them to release the episodes already and enjoy the fact that Doctor Who's back again for a few weeks. I'm really not trying to be negative about the new era itself. I mean, I am still excited for this new series. I just wish we as a fan community could strike the right balance between having spoilers whilst also sharing and talking about them more responsibly. But yeah, I do like the trailer, and it does grow on me the more I watch it. I just want it to already be made, to be honest, so that we can just settle down and talk about some new episodes again. As much as 5 months between episodes doesn't seem that long to wait, it can start to feel like it's dragging after a while. And knowing so much in advance prevents fans like me from just being able to enjoy these trailers. But anyway, enough of me moaning about spoilers. We also got on the same day this wonderfully retro poster for the Beatles episode, and as you can probably tell, I really like it. But that isn't the only stuff we have to talk about. We also have a few things that were revealed before then as well. Last Tuesday, the 19th, we got it officially confirmed that former showrunner Steven Moffat will be returning to write an episode of Series 14. As part of the official press release, Moffat was quoted as saying, "Yes, okay, fair enough. Apologies to everyone I've very slightly misled. I am in fact writing an episode of the new series of Doctor Who. Exactly like I said I never would. What can I tell you? There was begging, there was pleading, but finally Russell agreed to let me have another go, so long as I got out of his garden. Working with old friends and a brand new Doctor, I couldn't be happier. Sorry I was a bit reticent on the subject for so long. It was all part of an elaborate plan that would have delighted millions, but at the last minute I forgot what it was." We also had a quote from Julie Ann Robinson, who will be directing Moffat's episode. "It was a tremendous honour to direct episodes of Doctor Who for the BBC and Disney+. This beloved franchise is 60 years old and still going strong. It is part of our collective memory as Brits. I've always admired Russell T Davies, and Ncuti Gatwa is an unbelievably talented actor who has stepped into the role of the 15th Doctor effortlessly, alongside the equally talented Millie Gibson. Steven Moffat gave me an intense challenge as a director. I asked him for a keyword to describe the overall tone of the episode, and he said, Hitchcock. I can't wait to see what everyone thinks. I'm grateful to Bad Wolf, the BBC and Disney+. It was an incredible experience. It is believed that the episode Steven Moffat has written will be episode 3 of the new series. I'm pretty happy with this news. Whilst I wasn't that keen on Steven Moffat's era of the show back in the day, I have warmed to it a lot throughout the past year, and I would now say that I prefer it in some ways to the first Russell T Davies era, although I never thought I'd say that. Moffat wrote some of the best episodes of the new series, not just when he was writing for the first Russell T Davies era, but also for his own era. So I'm very excited to see what he's come up with this time around. The only thing that I'm a bit concerned about is how much they're relying on old faces. I know there's been a couple of new writers previously announced for this year's series, and I'm sure there's plenty of new people working on the show behind the scenes. But I can't help but feel like this new era is becoming more and more of a rehash of RTD's first era on the show, having so many of the same creatives come back, from composer Murray Gold to executive producers Phil Collinson, Julie Gardner and Jane Tranter, to even Russell T Davies himself, and work together all over again could be a little concerning. So I just hope that there will still be plenty of opportunities for new people to work on the show. I know there probably will be, and that I'm probably worrying about absolutely nothing, but I do think they need to strive to achieve a better balance of having experience mixed with a new sense of creativity. And lastly, nearly 2 weeks ago now, so I'm very sorry for not covering it sooner, we got an official release date. And boy, were some fans not happy about it. We got it officially announced that the show would be coming back in early-ish May, which didn't really come as much of a surprise. But what was so controversial about this was the fact that the series would debut with a special 2-episode premiere at midnight on the 11th of May here in the UK. But then, depending on whereabouts in the world you live, it would debut at a much more reasonable time for international fans. Essentially, it would be a simultaneous broadcast, meaning that everyone would be able to watch the show at the same exact time, regardless of which time zone you're in, apart from the UK, I believe. I'll let the official press release explain it better. A simultaneous global premiere date is revealed as the Doctor launches into the Whoniverse on BBC and Disney+. Doctor Who is set to make an explosive return on the 11th of May as the TARDIS will make its global premiere around the Whoniverse. For those in the UK, for the first time ever, the Doctor will land with 2 episodes premiering on BBC iPlayer at midnight, before arriving on BBC One later that day, right before the Eurovision Song Contest Grand Final. At the same time, those outside of the UK can watch the Doctor and Ruby on their epic adventures as the TARDIS is set to land on Disney Plus where available. Viewers in the UK will now be able to watch whenever and wherever they choose, with the option to stream at midnight on BBC iPlayer or tune in at prime time on Saturday nights on BBC One. The BBC is the exclusive home of Doctor Who in the UK, as it premieres at midnight on May the 11th on BBC iPlayer, and will then air on BBC One that evening. Outside the UK, Doctor Who begins streaming 10th of May at 7 PM ET on Disney Plus where available, giving audiences a simultaneous global launch. An episode will continue to drop on BBC iPlayer at midnight, followed by a prime time slot on BBC One each week following that. So yeah, a bit of a raw deal for us British fans. If we want to avoid any spoilers by watching the first 2 episodes the minutes they go up on BBC iPlayer, then we'll have to stay up until midnight. I understand that some international fans may go, well, we've had to do something like that for years, so get used to it. But the feeling that the BBC seem to be playing second fiddle to Disney's plans for the international market seems pretty unfair, really. I don't really want to have to stay up until midnight just so I can enjoy the episodes without every detail being spoiled for me. But I don't know if I'll be able to wait most of the following day until 7 PM either. But I guess we should have seen something like this coming. We already knew how Disney and the BBC were really going to lean into appealing to international markets. I mean, the fact that we now have this whole debate as to what we should call this year's series is a prime example of that. But I don't know how to feel about this. I know some Americans may say that I and other British fans need to suck it up and get on with it. It's just a really strange choice in my honest opinion. But hey, if it helps the show reach a much wider audience, then I'm sure it'll be worth it in the long run. It's just going to take some getting used to for me. And I'm not surprised about them releasing the first 2 episodes back to back, as that's something that Disney Plus have been doing for a while now with quite a few of their shows, like some of the Star Wars shows, I believe. Alongside this news, we also got these great new images of the 15th Doctor and Ruby, as well as this short but good release date teaser. Anyway, that just about wraps up all of the recent Series 14 news. I'm sorry that I didn't make any videos about this stuff sooner. I've just been very busy with college work and some of the What If videos. And I've also been a bit nervous to talk about some of this, as I know how controversial the release date announcement in particular was when it was first announced. I hope you all enjoyed hearing about my thoughts, regardless of how late I was in speaking them. But what do you think? Do you agree with my thoughts on all of this news or not? Did you like the trailer? Are you excited for Steven Moffat's return? And what do you make of the release date? Please let me know in the comments section below. Anyway, so thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. Please don't forget to press that subscribe button below, as well as press the bell icon at the side of it, so that you'll stay notified of when all my new videos come out. This channel currently has 1,897 subscribers as of time of writing and recording this video. But if we can get to 2,500 by the end of this year, then I'll do another Q&A where you can ask me whatever questions you want. Just keep them polite, please. Also, please rate and comment below your thoughts on all of this. And please feel free to donate to my Ko-fi page, link in the description, or send me a YouTube super thanks below, if you want to, of course. And I shall see you all in another video. So, until next time, bye bye!